All right, guys. You know what time it is. In less than 24 hours, the Ravens will be taking on the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round for a chance to go to the AFC Championship game. Everything's on the line. This could potentially be the last time we see our team play until September. It's tough. You're going up against a very tough Buffalo Bills team, and this is something we want. It's definitely something we want, but it's not going to be easy. Going on the road. It looks like it's going to snow there. I just don't know how it's going to go. But, at the end of the day, we'll just have to see what happens. Um, I'm not going to sit here and be like, the team must win this. They have to win it. Like last week with the Titans, that was a game we had to win just because of the narrative and everything. That team had to prove they were built to win in the postseason. And you could just tell the way they came out and played that game, especially in the second half. Once they were down 10, mostly, you just saw how there was a difference in Lamar Jackson and a difference in this Ravens squad. They didn't panic. In the previous playoff years, they panicked and just went away from their game. This time they didn't panic and they played their game, and it worked out in the end. And that's a big part of why you hear them. What was it? I believe Greg Roman said it and talking about how this team feels like they're more built for the playoffs, or it was it John Harbaugh? But like they were just talking about it, just how this team feels like it's more built for the playoffs. And I honestly couldn't agree more because this has been a year where we faced adversity. Like, we as a fan base are not used to what we saw last year. Being the number one seed in the AFC, just cruising, dominating teams. The game's so easy. It's not really, it's a breeze to beat these guys. We get the job done no matter what. We just win. That's just how it was last year. You get the number one seed, you rest your players, and it feels like we're going to coast to the Super Bowl. And then you get a hard taste of reality and realize that, yeah, it's not that easy. You have to take every opponent serious. And I feel like this season really did prepare them for that because it really looked to start off they were 5-1, and despite the fact that they weren't playing up to the level they were last year, it still looked like they could have possibly coasted to a possible, who knows, 13-3, 14-2 type season again, and probably be one of the higher seeds. Who knows? But things didn't go the way the Ravens wanted it to go. And, we ended up having the outbreak. Season ending injuries happened here and there. Injuries in general just happened. The team had to fight against all that. And we ended up going on that 3-game losing streak and fell down to 6-5. And it felt like the season was over for a lot of people. But you know what? The team was re-energized. Lamar Jackson came back re-energized. He found himself again. He showed that level of leadership. He regained his MVP form, and the team themselves just became a new unit. Because when they were at 6-5, after losing those type of games against the Titans and then the Steelers, it felt like the Ravens were a broken unit, and they found themselves after that after they everybody came back and everybody was starting to get healthy. They found themselves, and they took that to the playoffs, and they finally put it all together. And here they are in the divisional round. They have an opportunity to get back to the AFC Championship game for the first time since 2012, the year we won the Super Bowl. And it's definitely something we want. It's definitely something we want. I know the team's hungry. I know Lamar's hungry. The whole fan base is hungry to just get back to the Super Bowl and win a championship. But you got to take it one game at a time. Every game you're not guaranteed to win, especially in the playoffs. And if you slip up once, the game is over. And that's the case tomorrow night, against Buffalo, a team that's been great, a team that also has Super Bowl aspirations, who you can argue is more hungrier than us because they, haven't really been to a conference championship game or a Super Bowl in like what, 25, 26 years. It's been a long time. So you're going up against a team that is hungrier than you, and this is going to come down to who wants it more. Now, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I like the matchup between the Bills, but that doesn't guarantee anything. I don't know how the weather's going to be. I don't know how we're going to come out. But one thing for sure is that, the Ravens can't come out and get down 10 points in that type of weather with this team. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. Just because you were able to get it done against Tennessee doesn't mean you want to put yourself back in that position. It's not going to be well. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I can live with the results as long as the Ravens play their game. I truly believe if the Ravens play their style of football, for a solid 60 minutes, if they can put together a solid performance of playing Ravens football for 60 minutes, they will walk out of that stadium with a W and a trip to the AFC Championship game. I truly believe this Ravens team can pull it off if they can play sound football in all three phases for 60 minutes. I honestly believe that. I have so much trust in this team. I love what I'm seeing from the defense. I trust in the special teams to come up clutch when they need to, and I love what I'm seeing from Lamar Jackson and how he's leading this offense. The coaches, everybody, they're all locked in. The team's locked in. Lamar's locked in. And I truly believe if they get the opportunity, I truly believe if they just play their game, knowing that they have the opportunity to get the AFC Championship game and redeem themselves from last year, I honestly believe they can win this game as long as they play 60 minutes of sound football. Now, at the end of the day, after 60 minutes, if we end up being the one to lose, we'll sit back, we'll shake the hands of the Buffalo Bills players and wish them best of luck in the AFC Championship game. I'll live with that. If we lose a close football game to the Buffalo Bills and we get eliminated tomorrow night, I can live with that. I can honestly live with that. What I can't live with is if we get blown out, because that means we didn't play our game. If we play our game, we should not get blown out. If we stick to our run game and work to our strength, we should not get blown out. If our defense can show up and do their jobs, we shouldn't get blown out. In fact, we should most likely win that game. And I believe the Ravens can pull this off, but they have to play their football. Here it is, man. This could honestly be the last time I'm talking about the Ravens while they're still in the postseason. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's not like a situation where I was sitting there like, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. Nah, there's no like specific reason for me to say that. It's not like there was a like a rivalry building up or a narrative building up because of that. Right now the teams can play as free as they want. Last week was where all the pressure was. Not only Lamar not winning a playoff game, but this team not having a playoff win since 2014. That win against Tennessee meant a lot because it was showing that the team could finally win in the playoffs after so long. Lamar can win in the playoffs. We can come back down from double digits, which is also another thing we had troubles with that goes back way before Lamar Jackson. Like, I was still with Flacco. Back, like, in the tail ends of Flacco's career in Baltimore, whenever we got down double digits, we just could not come back. And it was something that carried on to even Lamar time here so far. So it's nice to be able to cut that narrative all at once. And because of that, the Ravens honestly can play free. And now they can trust in their ability and trust in how they play the game and go out there and do that and believe that they can win the game if they can play sound football. At the end of the day, we will have to see what happens. This is going to be a tough game, but I honestly believe the Ravens can get the job done with the chance to go back to the AFC Championship game. If we can get it done, man, if we can get it done, we can get there. Who knows what can happen? We could possibly make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. But just win. Just win. Win, survive another week, and prepare for the next team. If that doesn't end up being the case after 60 minutes, we'll wish Buffalo the best of luck in the AFC Championship game, and we'll get ready for next season. That's all I got to say, Baltimore. Go out there and play your game. Whatever happens in this game happens, but, I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to treat this like it was before where I was like with the Titans, you got to win. I'll be hugely pissed off. At the end of the day, if my team goes out there, competes, and plays their style of football and plays soundly for 60 minutes but still loses to the Buffalo Bills, I can live with that. I'm not going to sit here and rant about this and that. No, I won't be doing that because there's no need for me to do that. At the end of the day, you competed and you lost. If that happens, it happens. But I don't believe that's going to be the case. I truly believe as long as the Ravens play their brand of football and they play it soundly for 60 minutes, they will win this game and they will advance the AFC Championship game. It's going to be crazy, man. This game that's going to happen, I just don't know what's going to happen. It's the most exciting game of the divisional round because you just don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be chaotic. That's why I feel like it's the game of the week, and I just don't know how it's going to go or where we're going to go with it. It's going to be crazy. I really can't wait to see it, man. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. And for a game like this, I should be nervous. But at the end of the day, I have nothing to be nervous about. I feel confident about the team. If anything, I'm anxious to see how this game goes. Win or lose, I'm anxious to see this matchup. Because as a Ravens fan, I love to see my team compete at the highest level. And I believe they can win that. But as a fan of football, I just love seeing two high-end teams compete for a chance to get to the championship game. And we'll get to see that tomorrow. Hopefully the Ravens come out with the victory. If not, Buffalo, we'll wish you guys the best of luck in the AFC Championship game. One way or another, we're going to know who's going to be up there to possibly face off against Mahomes. Or who knows, maybe they get to host Cleveland for the AFC Championship game. We don't know how it's going to go down the divisional round, but all we got to do is focus in on our game, play our brand of football for 60 minutes, and we will beat the Buffalo Bills. With that being said, that's all I got to say, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Ravens, go out there, play your game, do what you got to do, and win. Win and survive another week and advance to the AFC Championship game. That's all I got, guys. I'm out.